let's talk about the Ghana Digital Innovation Week 2024. And it's back. And this year's theme is Innovate Together, Collaborating for Digital Transformation and Impact. And it promises to inspire groundbreaking ideas. Now, with regional programs leading up to the main event, the focus is on driving digital transformation across the nation. And as the excitement builds, we explore how this initiative is shaping Ghana's digital landscape and what participants can expect from top industry experts. Let's get into the conversation. In the studio with me this morning is Doreen Aglago-Kofi. She's a technical advisor at GIZ. We also have David Ofori. He's Director of Innovation, National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program, NEIP. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let me first start by asking you to give us a brief overview, David. David, I was right, okay. On this digital transformation agenda that you're spearheading. What is it all about?
Right, okay. As a country, we cannot be left out in the fourth industrial revolution. And what is it about? Everything we see is moving digital, even how we consume government services. So we cannot leave out our citizens and just think that it's just being championed in the urban areas or in the capital. And so the GDIW, or the Ghana Digital Innovation Week, is giving a sharp focus to these conversations that will drive that. We're looking at it from nationwide. A lot of times activities just happen in Accra and we think that Ghana is just Accra.
Yeah.
But it's not. And fortunately, some of us have been around the country and it would amaze you the kind of things that, the conversations that takes place there. So we are now amplifying these voices, making sure that we have the relevant voices in the room, stakeholders like the policymakers, the beneficiaries, students, academia, industry players, media. All of us are part of the digital transformation agenda. How do we achieve our digital economy? People have to be digitally literate. People have to have access. People have to be able to afford the infrastructure that underpins the digital transformation.
And I think it's great because we are in the fourth industrial revolution and what you're doing actually feeds into our development trajectory. So Doreen, who is the team behind this beautiful event?
Yeah. So let me take the chance to say a good morning to our audience and to everyone.
Very
here.
pretty.
Thank you so much,
Okay.
yourself as well. So GDIW actually started off as what we call a trilateral cooperation between three governments. Talking about the government of Germany, Israel, and then Ghana. And the idea was that comparatively, the two governments were advanced, and so we're looking at ways that we could support Ghana to also better advance in that space as well. And the beautiful part is that what started as three governments has expanded to include even more development partners. So as I speak to you now, we have UN agencies such as UNCDF, UNDP, AICC, we have FCDO, we have RISA, we have MEST Africa, we have on the government side, of course, we have NEIP, David here himself, as well as MOCD and MEST being the champion ministries. But this year, the beautiful part is that we have three institutions coming together to form a consortium to organize this year's GDIW. And it's part of a journey that we've been embarking on.
And these institutions, GIZ, who and who?
So I was going to get into that.
Okay.
It's part of a journey that we have been embarking on for the past 3 years. The German government, together with other governments, have supported the journey so far, but we also need to own it as a country. And so we are very happy to now have three institutions. We have NEIP, David seated here today. We also have Impact Invest in Ghana, and then we have Ghana Hubs Network bringing in their support on the regional side as well.
Okay, that's beautiful. So is this the fourth time you're doing this?
This is
the fourth time. So what's the X factor? What's that key takeaway that participants should look forward to when they attend this event?
Well, each year, I mean, GDIW each year surprises us. For those of us who have been part of the journey from day one, every year it comes up with a bang. Every year we see, and it points out to the limitless ingenuity of Ghanaians. People are innovating, people are coming up with great thinking, and people are really, really doing things in various nooks and crannies. Just that the GDIW brings a platform for them to now say, look, this is what we're doing. This is who we are here. Hey, Look at us. And so the X factor, I would say you have to be there to see that.
Oh, but I wanted to paint a picture of it. I'm already seeing that. I think we'll put it back on your screens. We've seen the people who will be speaking to you. I see Charles, is that Abani? That is the UN, yeah. Okay, so star-studded panelists, and we'll get into it in a bit. But what does a day look like? Come on the 2nd to 4th of October 2024, which is 2 days.
It's 3 days, actually.
3 days, so 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Exactly.
What does these 3 days look like? I know you're going to have in panel discussions. Just walk us through some of the things, events or activities that we should be looking forward to.
So we designed the event in a way that is something for everyone that attends. Example, we are here today because of digital. So media actually plays a part in the whole journey, for example. And so there's something for people across different sectors. We're having sessions across gaming, sessions across policy, we have media, we have even fashion, you know, like
oh,
we even have digital fashion, you know that.
Yes,
so,
I've seen runways done with digital well, you know, it's not in real life. AI.
There's a lot of changes coming up. So for us, the idea is that every single person that contributes towards the digital conversation needs to have a feel of the event. We usually start off with a grand formal opening. That is where we have our speakers coming on stage to speak. So we have ministers from Ghana that contribute towards the innovation and digital sectors of Ghana. But we also have other people as well. We have the Teletel CEO delivering a keynote speech during the event, as well as a lot of dignitaries coming on board to speak as well. We normally will also end with a closing ceremony to wrap up and summarize the key takeaways from the 3-day event. But in between the two, we have a lot of sessions people can take part in. Typically, it's an hour session where you go in there, learn something from that session. We have experts that come to speak to you. Then you go back with your key takeaway. But aside that, we also do have exhibitions that you can also come see some of the innovations that people have brought up in Ghana as well. I'm sure David will talk about the high school students and some other.
Yes, I'm interested in that.
Yeah, I mean, what has become a key feature of GDIW is the involvement of students. A lot of times we leave the conversation a bit late when we're looking at people in tertiary level or leaving school and they say, well, what do I do with my life? But now we're taking it right down to guys in high school to say, look, because Ghana, we're focusing on STEM. And the real proof in the pudding is how people innovate. Because you can have all the learning and all the knowledge, but you have to be able to practicalize it so that as a country, we move away from being consumers of other people's innovation, but rather also developing ours to solve our own local challenges and even export our innovation. So students are doing wild things in high schools, and last year they showcased wonderful innovations, and this year they'll be there too. And these are SHS students innovating with their own free thinking, free mind, and showing that indeed Ghana has a future.
And whatever they produce would be exhibited at the events grounds for the 3 days.
And the objective is that, at least with hope going forward, because we're bringing all the stakeholders in the same room, there will be business people who say, look, I think I can make a business out of it.
So they can commercialize their designs and everything that they come up with.
Because
so
that's where we build the job creators and not job seekers.
Yes. So for our audience who are eager to participate in this, how can they register? How much does it cost to attend? Give us the details of that, Doreen.
And again, that's the beautiful part about GDIW, because attendance is absolutely free.
You don't say.
Absolutely.
Okay, tell me more.
So you only have to go online to register www.gdiw.com.gh.
Please take that again, slower
so it's www.gdiw.com.gh.
Okay.
You register and bingo, you're good to go.
So you don't pay anything?
Nothing.
You just register for free and you can attend?
Absolutely.
Okay, so who can attend?
All Ghanaians, because it's for all of us. I mean, the digital transformation agenda is not for a section of people. We're carrying all of us along. And we want, whether you're a 90-year-old or whether you're a 16-year-old, we want all of us to be there because it matters to all of us and we all have to be part of it. So we all have to win together. That's why it's for all Ghanaians.
Daniel, if someone was still sitting on the fence, whether or not to attend this beautiful, fantastic initiative program event for 3 days, what would you say to the person? I'll give you a minute to speak directly to our audience and invite them.
Right. People of Ghana, I think that it's the best time. It's the best time to be a Ghanaian, and it's the best time to be alive. So at all costs, don't lose your life, be alive. And be at GDIW, the Ghana Digital Innovation Week, because it's a platform where you'd find all the different facets that come together. It's a unique place to find all of that, because a lot of times you may meet part of the agencies or institutions that matter, or people who are innovating, you may see them in their own corners. But it's only GDIW that you have all of them in one location, and we're having pertinent national discussions, pertinent national conversations, positive vibes, and so I would want to entreat everybody to be there.
Doreen, what would you add to that?
I just want to add that it's from the 2nd to 4th of October. That's next week, Wednesday to Friday. And it's happening from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day. All roads lead to the Accra International Conference Center from the 2nd to 4th October. You definitely don't want to miss it, because if you miss it this year, you have to wait till next year to participate. Absolutely. So don't miss it. Don't miss at all.
Before we go, though, I want you to give me some testimonials or success stories. This is the 4th time you're doing this. There must be some highlights for you, something that blew your mind, which was a result or the benefits of attending or putting together an event like this. So what success story can you share with us just to drum home the significance of this event?
Right. I mean, if you realize, I mean, 10 years back, I mean, or 5 years back, there's a buzzword called ecosystem. And when it comes to digital innovation, we didn't have a vibrant ecosystem as we have it now. GDIW have provided a platform which has amplified it. So when we talk about the consortium partners, the Ghana Hubs Network, in Ghana we have about 125 hubs. And these hubs are like what we used to call them internet cafes or something. And startups or innovators have very conducive and comfortable places to go and get nurtured and all of that. So GDIW gives you that conveyor belt to say, okay, once I've had this tutelage and all of that, where do I now need to have the conversations that I can take my innovation to the next step? And this is some of the stories. And there have been a number of innovations and businesses that have been created through this initiative. And so I would want people to be there. When you talk about e-mobility, for instance, now, you know, we have electric bikes and electric cars and all of that. All these conversations takes place at GDIW.
And maybe to add on to that, the impact has been a lot, but for me, 3 of them are the 3 key things that I have taken away so far. The first one is the fact that a lot of these events, people feel the need to come to Accra to participate in it. But what we do is that the event is Ghana Digital Innovation Week. And so we take the event to people in other regions as well. They don't need to feel the need to travel to Accra to participate. This year, we took the event to 6 regions in Ghana, and the goal is eventually centralized to all the 16 regions in Ghana. So this year we had Kumasi, we had Wa, we had Koforidua, we had Tamale, we had Techiman, and we had Takrady. Events physically there to them, you know. And apart from that, we've also had some people that we've interacted with after the program, businesses I'm talking about, and they were able to initiate investor conversations during the event and went ahead to raise funding from these investors. So this is
now that's a story I like to hear.
Yeah, some of the impacts that we are carving out of GDIW. And even though we are organizing this in Ghana, we also do have some participants that come from different countries. Now the impact out of that is the fact that they go back trying to design and implement things like this in their countries as well, because they see the impact when it comes to Ghana and they feel it's good for their ecosystems as well. So the impacts are actually, if I want to talk about it, we won't go today. It's just to let people know that there's a lot for you to derive and get out of this year's event and make it a point to be there.
So just to remind you that it's happening from the 2nd to the 4th of October 2024 at the Accra International Conference Center, and registration is absolutely free. You don't have to pay anything. You just go on to www.gdiw.com.gh/participate and you can register and secure your spot to attend. You must be curious to know how you fit into this 4th Industrial Revolution. And in the studio with me, who joined me for this conversation, Doreen Aglago-Kofi. She's a technical advisor at GIZ, and David Ofori, Director of Innovation, National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, and I wish you the very best with this event.
Thank
you for having us, and we wish to see you there too.
Thank you. Oh, yes. I'll pass through.
Everyone has to be there.
I'll drag them along, don't worry. So we'll take a break and we'll return with a little bit more before we wrap up. You're still watching The AM Show. I'll be right back.